again me, rambling in the forest. This time it's early in the morning. I get up very early in the morning. This is not like me. I normally sleep at these hours, but I really wanted to see the sunrise and the sun. I haven't seen it for a long time. The forest and the snow. Winter looks really different at this time of the day. It changes all the time depending on the season and on the time of the day. It's just unbelievably white. This is not really even this kind of normal soft snow that you see on trees. This is like the frosted snow that just covers everything permanently because the temperatures are so below zero, going up to minus 30 even, but like around minus 15, 20, 10. Anyway, I have nothing prepared to say. Really, this is just rambling and whatever comes out. I do have certain thoughts though, and let's see where they take me. First, I had the thought about the recent video that I published about can we really be truly free in higher densities with our lower equivalent, so to speak, not free and still in duality. And those lower equivalents, I'm referring to other people because as we ascend, as we become larger and more collective, we integrate all these souls, all these awarenesses and intelligences seemingly outside of us as us. This is how we expand, this is how we grow, this is who we become. We lose our more narrow sense of self and we include that more collective state of self. And in that state, well, I was thinking, if we include those other people, other souls, can we be really truly free? Because we are sensing what they sense at that time. We are them. We realize we are them, so we are sensing and we are living their suffering and their limited, so to speak, sense of experience, duality and all. And then I realized as I was doing the transcript, and it does help me that I'm doing 2 languages because then I can integrate it and absorb it more, that as Yaski said, from higher densities it becomes truly as choice. And in that choice there is freedom. Choice to zoom in on a certain portion of yourself or not. In other words, yes, we are sensing and we are feeling what those lower parts of us are feeling, but in that transcendent state of self, in the true freedom, we have the choice to go beyond that dualistic perception of wanting to look at those lower portions of ourselves or not. And it doesn't mean we are becoming indifferent. We are not indifferent. We are them. We feel what we feel. But we realize that feeling that constitute us, and it is what it is. We integrate duality into ourselves. That duality and being okay with it and accepting it is not a problem to us on that state anymore, as it seems to be here. So in that sense, we become free by transcending the need and the necessity to be free of duality. We simply integrate duality as part of our being, and through that we ascend, and we choose to see it as an inevitable part of reality, and in that we are not choosing to look there as something of which we depend. So we do not depend on those lower parts of us being free or not. I'm not sure I'm making myself clear at all, but this is what I feel. So any higher master, higher being who is drawn or called to help the beings from the lower spheres, I feel in a way is not free yet. Or perhaps is free, but is simply choosing to help. Choosing to help as a free will choice, not having to do it, not depending on those lower equivalent part of us to be free or not free in order to be free. Just choosing to do it. The same way as we are helping here as starseeds. I have actually a lot of videos and topics about this. Or not, I haven't done them yet, but a lot of chats with Yaski, with Varu before about helping and why starseeds have this desire to help. Why are we here to help? And we are talking about it a lot. And I want to share it with you someday as well. And helping becomes simply a choice. It's something because we want to do, and that why we want to do that, that's another can of worms. For everybody it might be different. But it is not an obligation, and it is not even an obligation for us to do it in order to be free. Yes, we are expanding ourselves and freeing ourselves in a way by helping others to be free because they are part of us. But in a way, I feel the ascended state of mind is still beyond that, not depending on those portions of ourselves to be free or not free. And in that, that's the real freedom. It doesn't mean, again, that I'm indifferent and that I don't want to help and that I don't care. I do, because I remember. And I remember what it's like. And because I simply like to help and give of myself. I'm talking about that self from the higher state. Now, it came to me, imagining that all these ascended masters and souls who are beyond, transcended, even the idea of helping, if they suddenly stopped, went beyond that, then we would, like, I'm not sure that would be a good either, because then we would have no star seeds and no spiritual guides helping at all. If all these spiritual guides and star seeds from higher levels suddenly became free of a desire to help and to have those lower parts of themselves free, if they suddenly became free of that desire to make others free, then I'm not sure what would happen and what would this place end up. Not just this place, other places as well that needs helping and assisting in expansion. Also, another thing, remember that everything is an idea, as Yaski always says. So that idea of this is key as well. That idea of how can I be free when others are not? That's just another idea, ascended thought or not, but it's just another idea that consciousness on that ascended level is adhering to. Like Yaski said in that video, many ascended masters, that's exactly how they feel. They cannot be free when others are not free. Yes, okay, but still, it's an idea, and you are free in choosing another, if you so wish, and changing your concept about this whole idea about freedom or not freedom. It's just you change, you shift your perception, and everything changes. And like she said, it's not that the reality changes, the rules of the reality changes. It's you who shifts your perception, and with that, the rules of that reality. So the rule of you being free only when others are free changes, shifts, because you shift. It's all in you. Everything is on us. We are just walking, floating through ether consciousness that gives meaning to stuff, and we create ideas out of the potential that is the ether. Now, let's change the subject a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit bitter, to be honest, because I feel there is a bit of a schism in the community of awakened people. And it makes me frustrated sometimes, as you can see maybe sometimes in my comments. And this is about, this whole thing of us telling people what's going on in the world and what the cabal is dishing out for the humanity. And and people saying that this is negative and that we are doom and gloom. This is not us or Taigetans creating this. This is the doom and gloom is what's happening. Or maybe, in other words, whatever is happening is what you want to see. Yes, I see beautiful winter. I have no doom and gloom around me. However, what I meant to say is that the doom and gloom and the negative things is what the Illuminati and the Cabal is preparing for the people. There is no escaping that. And we need to face the facts. And it's not even something that is coming in the future. It's already here. We are just pointing this out to warn people. How can we fight this and prepare ourselves for what's coming and try to save this race if we don't know what they need to be saved from? If we don't know what they need to be saved from, then we are just joining the ranks of all the ignorant ones who don't even know what's happening around them and what they are doing to them and what they are preparing for them. So being ignorant at this time of our history is just not an option, and wanting not to see this is not the option. And wanting to turn away our attention from this in order to just continue to be comfortable and happy in the forest, which you still can be, by the way. Like you see, I am still happy in the forest, but I'm not turning my attention away from it. I don't give it any fear, but I look at it and I try to warn the people around me as much as I can about the dangers of what's coming. Only this way can this be somehow prevented and fought. And yes, these are war times. Fighting, yes, it's the correct word. If some of you wish to turn away your attention from that and simply focus on only positive things that are happening around you, that's okay. This is your path, and no one is forcing anybody to be at the front in the battle, sacrificing themselves and their inner harmony. However, I do believe that this is everybody's responsibility right now to do their best to at least warn the others, educate other people, and simply contribute. Okay? This is so super crucial. It's not the time to be comfortable and just want to hear nice things, because we literally are at the brink of something huge and bad happening to the humanity. And all of us here right now on earth, stepping on this ground, are playing the part. If you claim, if you dare to call yourself an awakened, and if you dare to call yourself a starseed or a knowledgeable person, this is your duty to stand up for the humanity and defend them, because they don't know. They are ignorant, uneducated. They have no idea. They are blind. And them, and also those awakened ones who don't want to see what's going on, they are going to take this humanity down. So it doesn't matter if you are awakened or not. If you are now turning away from this, from your duty to stand up and defend the humanity and fight for its survival, then you are as guilty in my eyes as any other Matrix person. There's going to be time for you to relax and meditate and just be fully just happy. There is going to be time. You have lived so many lifetimes already. You have decided to be here at this point of time for a reason. Now reclaim your position. Reclaim your position. And there's going to be time for you when you leave this place again to relax. I'm not sure we really came here to relax. We came here to do a certain job. And these are the most crucial times in the human history. So let's reclaim our positions. No fear. This is not about fear. This is not about creating fear. This is about telling you what's going on so you can go and fight and be prepared, and so you can try to save the people. So it really makes me very angry when I see those comments of people who just prefer not to know. And it's not like we are just talking about this stuff. Not at all. Look how many videos we have in my channel about consciousness, about expansion of your mind, liberation, empowerment, technology, manifestation, everything. You can learn so much about all these different topics. And I am so much into all these other topics as well, and I will keep bringing them to you. But when it comes to, you know what, the situation in the world, reclaim your position. If not, in my eyes, you are as guilty as the rest. You are actually acting just like the Federation is acting. Or the other races, not doing anything, turning their head away, not contributing. Saying, hey, I don't know what's happening. I prefer not to see. I don't know how to solve this. This is beyond me. I don't know, or whatever. Let me tell you a very short story. Something actually that happened in my life, not in my life, but in my brother's life. No action is small, and this is going to tell you why. My brother, through my mother, asked me just a few weeks ago to summarize why I am against the papaya shots. Let's call them that way. He wanted me to summarize because he's not sure. He's not really awakened. He has a potential, but not really. He's still in the matrix. But he did ask my mom to ask me, because I don't have a direct link to him. Someone is asking, what are the arguments that I'm using? So I sent her to send him a very short summary. And then he's saying, well, I still need to listen to doctors. The doctors are the ones who know. Well, it seems like he is ready to take this papaya shot. However, the very next day, when he asked me this, mysteriously, there appeared a flyer, like a note. It was a note on his staircase in the building where he lives, inside the elevator, talking about the papaya shots and why they are not so beneficial for your health. He took the photo of that, he told my mom to send it to me, and he took it as a sign. Totally did. And I told him, yes, you see, it is a sign. You are at this point asking yourself a question. You are open to question this topic. And right away, that note appeared on his building. First time ever. On the next day after he asked me about this topic. What do I want to say with this? Is that no matter what action you do, like putting that note on the elevator, built on a building's elevator, it might reach someone at that specific moment when they are actually questioning this, when they are on the edge, when they don't know, when they are on the border. And it might help it might help, because there are a lot of people who are very matrixed. Yes, that's true, and they don't want to know anything about this. But there are also so many people who are just like waiting on the border. They don't know, they are confused, they are floating, they are without guidance, they are very, very lost as to what's happening. So these people might just be waiting for something, for something to push them over the border, over the edge, just like happened with my brother. So don't think that some action, any action, is too small. We need to take our positions and do what we believe is right, because what's going on in the world is not right, and this is our time to demonstrate who we are. I don't want to ramble much more, because then if I ramble too much, I start to repeat myself sometimes, expanding on some thoughts, but kind of repeating the message. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I will continue my walk here. The world is still beautiful. Yes, it is. As you see, I am not turning my attention away from the beauty that I still see in this world and always will. I'm a happy person and always will be, no matter what happens, because I draw that happiness from my inner connection with the universe, with life itself. Life as a phenomenon gives me power and happiness. So keep your head high, but do what's right. Do what is right. Don't turn away from who you are and why you are here. Do your part.